Go for guard the crossing. While their comrades search Goblin Town for their stolen property, Thorin, Balin and Dwalin guard a crucial crossing point, protecting it until their comrades and kinsmen return. Even as they wait for their fellows, they are attacked by a horde of goblins. Hefting their weapons, the three dwarves know they can easily handle the goblins, but then, in the dim light, they see the hulking form of the Goblin King approaching.
In this mission we've got Thorin, Balin and Dwalin, and they start on this platform here. Then on the evil side we've got 12 goblins and the Goblin King, but the Goblin King doesn't start on the board as of yet, so we'll put him to one side for the minute. The job is to move 10 models, 10 goblins off this board edge here, and you have to do it within 10 turns. The job is to basically hold you up for 10 turns and stop you achieving that. This is another mission where it's all up in the heights of Goblin Town, so this is all vast drops around here, so if you fall off you die. So every turn at the end of your move phase you roll a d6 and that many goblins come on, but if it's a 1 the Goblin King comes on instead.
So he may never appear.
This is true, he may never, but statistically he's very likely to. This mission does introduce a couple of new special rules. These are heroic actions. Place my dwarves on this board edge, and you get to place your goblins, 12 of them that should be there, anywhere on that platform. This mission, evil starts with priority, so you get to move first. How are we going to do this? I think we're going to send Thorin out to guard this platform. Dwalin to fight on that platform, and Balin is going to. I think Balin is actually just going to stay back for the minute. Just go straight on to turn 2. Roll off a priority.
Yeah, there wasn't much point in me having priority for that. Oh,
Not particularly.
Oh, it's alright.
You win.
Right.
Right.
Now there's point in me having priority.
You're within charging distance now.
Yes. Charge. Start with Dwalin.
Dwalin has 3 attacks. I use green dice there. Blue dice there, sorry. And the goblins, you've got 4 goblins in the fight, so you get 4 attacks. Oh, 6. So, Dwalin wins. We jump back like that. So, we're going to start by striking this guy. 1's not going to do it. Let's try again. 4, that'll do it. 1 big goblin. And this guy. 3. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to check the. Goblin has a strength of 5, and a goblin has a defense of 3, so 5 against 3 needs 3s. So the goblin dies. So actually, I think he's killing on 2s because he gets +1 to his wound rolls. Thorin. Thorin has 3 attacks. Use those blue ones again. We have 4 goblins. Ooh!
Oh.
Look at that, no one rolled higher than a 4, but my fight value is obviously a lot higher than goblins, so the goblins lose. So they jump back. And we'll strike this guy. 5 kills him. Whoops, reroll that one. 4, and that kills that guy.
I get to be my.
Oh yeah, sorry, yes, at the end of your move phase we should have done that. So roll a d6.
So I should have got to bring someone on the first go as well, then.
Yeah, that's true actually.
So
Well, it's
I
gonna
had
get-
more than 12.
Okay, yeah, try roll 1 for the first. Yeah, yeah. Right.
Oh.
Oh, the Goblin King comes on. So the first. Right. Da-dum. So the Goblin King actually comes on.
But that was for my first go that I missed.
It was. Well, you can move him he moves 6 inches, so move him on 6 inches.
Okay.
Because yeah, it should be 6 inches up. And then we'll do...
Let's go for Dwalin.
Ooh. Okay. And now roll it for the second turn, what we forgot to do. 3, so then you get 3 more goblins on, and you can move also move them on 5 inches. The Goblin King, as a monster, there's a class in the game called Monster, and that basically gives him access to certain special rules. He can actually, well, we're not going to use them in this scenario because they're a bit overpowered. The Goblin King this is, because he can basically, if he wins a fight, he can choose to throw someone. So every time he wins a fight, he can throw a dwarf off the side, basically.
Is that what the scenario says?
It doesn't. Well, the thing is, these are beginner rules, and they don't necessarily mean for you to play with every single rule in the main rule book.
So it hasn't introduced.
It hasn't introduced that yet, no. So
Okay.
we're going to play it as if that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay. So what can he
What
do?
he can do, yeah, he does have some interesting rules. He can move through his own troops, basically, as if they weren't there, so you can just charge through them, but all of the ones you move through suffer a strength 3 hit. And if he lands on top of any, if he finishes his move on top of any, they're just squished. But he can just, like, if he particularly wants to get into the fight, he doesn't have to wait for the goblins in front of him to die, he just barges them out of the way. He has a special rule called Blubbery Mass, which basically gives him a 3-up ability to ignore wounds. So on a 3+, he ignores a wound. In this scenario, Thorin here's got Orcrist, and it's in the rules that Orcrist ignores that ability. So if he goes up against Thorin, he won't have that 3+. He can throw goblins at people. You can move him up. If he's got a goblin in base contact, he can choose to make a shooting attack with a range of 12 inches, and that goblin basically gets launched at someone and splattered against them. It doesn't survive. But it's strength 8 hit the model will take that gets hit. So let's roll for priority. Three goes to the player, didn't it last time, which is me. Balin is going to charge into these two here. Thorin is going to charge this guy here. Balin is going to charge this guy here. Okay, now it's the time to roll for your reinforcements. 6. So bring 6 on. So you want to do Dwalin's fight first? So we've got Dwalin's got 3 attacks, and your Goblin's got 4 in the fight there. I get a 6, so there's no beating that, I'm afraid. These Goblins are going to have to make way. These ones can now jump back. We're going to strike this guy first. Anything but a 1 basically will kill him. And now this guy, same again. And we kill him. Do Balin first. He's got just the 1 attack. Oh dear. Use a red dice for Balin, so he's got a red cloak. And you've got 2 goblins in the fight. Might points might be needed here. Oh, not in this instance. I got a 6. Just what I needed. So, goblins jump back. And we're going to strike this guy. Oh, another 6. And he's dead. Now, Thorin's fight. This guy was supporting him, wasn't he? So, Thorin's got his 3 attacks. 4. Again, no one rolled higher than a 4. But my higher fight value wins it for me. So, he jumps back. And we're going to try and... Oh, might as well roll them all together. Yeah, plenty. We kill him. And 4. Let's roll for priority. Okay, I think I'm going to use a... Sorry.
Hand over the precious.
I'm going to invoke Balin's special rule, which is In the priority phase, Balin may spend a will point to enable his side to re-roll their d6 in the priority roll.
Oh.
So I'm going to try and re-roll. Let's try and win this priority. Oh, would you look at that? But he's lost a will point now. But I think that was worth it.
Was it?
Well, we'll see.
What more do you get to do in priority though?
Well,
It's going to stop me moving up here like this.
Thorin is going to leap, I think.
Ah.
Yes. Thorin is going to leap across this this gap here. Yeah, Dwalin's going to move up and charge that guy there. Thorin's going to try and jump across. So anything but a 1. Okay, that's terrible. But you can use might points to bump that up, so I'm going to have to use one of Thorin's 3 might points to change that up to a 2, so that at least he lands across the other side. Balin's going to move back a little bit to here. So you're going to do it?
Yeah.
Squish. And what, just charge there into Dwalin?